Hello everyone, it's Kai. I hope you're all doing well. And I know I've been missing for like 1 to 2 months, I don't know. But I'm back now. And yeah, before I talk further about this build, welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video is going to be like a speed build video. I stopped doing stop motion for a while because it took up too much of my time and I had some things to do. But I'm back now. I hope you all are doing well. So today's video is going to be a build about it's for a collab actually. It's for the Back to the 80s collab hosted by kevthebuildr, who is one of our good friends on Twitch. Talking about Twitch, I also have not been streaming. I've actually been busy with life, to be honest. I wish I can tell you guys a lot more about that, but I think for now I'll just keep it low-key. Anyway, this build is an 80s retro house that I saw or inspired by a post on Pinterest as usual. Also, this is kind of awkward for me because I haven't been doing speed builds for a long time and even building in The Sims, to be honest. But you know, with the new stuff pack that came out, was it Crystal Creations? I feel like it keeps me going because I do have that pack, to be honest, and I'm quite excited to build more builds, even though like I rarely open the game now. But you know, slowly but surely I will definitely be producing more builds. And yeah. So this house is an 80s retro inspired house. It is a house that I built that is inspired by a post I saw on Pinterest, and it is kind of like a modern retro house, I would say, not more of a suburban traditional kind of house. Also because this theme was quite difficult for me to build because firstly, I was born in the 90s. And even though it was such a difficult theme to build for the collab, I definitely had a lot of good time enjoying building this build and also learning a lot about the 80s. And I guess that, you know, 80s style is very retro. It's not much of a like modern. I guess it's somewhere in between like modern mid-century and modern contemporary. And to be honest, like I don't really know much about the 80s because like I said, I was born in the 90s, but I do enjoy building this build. And I sort of looked up decorations for the interior on Pinterest and also the exterior in general. A lot of houses that I saw on Pinterest for the exterior were houses that are like traditional looking, like the ones you see in Stranger Things, for example. But I found this one post that was very looking like something you see in Meet the Robinsons movie, for example. And I kind of really like the style. It is quite an unusual style, I would say, or maybe it's because it's something that I'm not really used to doing when it comes to building. So a lot of like maybe old-fashioned futuristic builds that you see in old movies. So it was kind of this build was kind of inspired by the concept of that. And overall, I think the build is pretty unique. I'm not so sure if you guys will like it, but I do like it because it kind of looks futuristic and is set in the 80s. So I tried to implement a lot of, well, not a lot of, just some landscaping over here and there. And the shape of the house is very, very unique, I would say. There are angles that you see that I use for the windows from one of the packs, the kits, I think. I forgot which kit, to be honest. Maybe it's Modern Lux. Yeah, I think it's Modern Lux kit. And those angled windows are like very, very nice. So I decided to put them in here. But do let me know what you guys think of the build. The build will be up in the gallery by the time this video is up, I believe. But yeah, yeah. If I'm reading correctly, it says over here that the build will be released around the 11th to 18th of March. So it's kind of a long way, to be honest. By the time, from the time this video is being recorded, today is the 3rd of March. So like maybe a week after I'm doing this live, I will be uploading this to the gallery. But be sure to check out the other builds in this collab. And thank you so much, kevthebuildr, for inviting me to do this collab, even though I'm a 90s baby and I don't really know what's going on in the 80s. But it's such a fun collab. I really liked participating in this collab. So for the general interior, we already did the floor plan of this build earlier. Sorry, I think I didn't talk about it. But the floor plan was pretty easy to achieve. It is a single-story house, and I really like the idea of single-story homes because, you know, I feel like it's easier to move around in the house. You don't have to climb up and down the stairs. But I sort of had this vision of this build that it would be like a very futuristic themed house whereby it's a single story house and it's easy for your Sims to move around in this house. For the interior, to be honest, like I said, I refer to Pinterest most of the time, but I found that a lot of the posts that I saw for the interior is not much of a consistent theme. There are different color schemes around the 80s, I think. It wasn't very clear to me for the types of patterns that were used in the 80s, that kind of era. But I did try to just play around with some colors over here. So I ended up using a retro TV from the basement clutter kit. I don't know what the basement clutter kit is called, to be honest. And I paired that with the plant and the side table from Crystal Creations stuff pack. I think it's called Crystal Creations. By the way, thank you for EA for giving me that pack. I really appreciate it. But I also used a lot of things from the Pastel Pop kit, like those chairs and the carpet, to kind of have the vibe going on that this house belongs in the 80s at least. At least that's what I tried. And then you see that I rotated the picture on the right side of the screen, where the picture is actually from the Crystal Creations stuff pack. I rotated it using the tool mod because I thought that having it vertically would look nicer than horizontally. But generally, I am pretty happy with this build, to be honest, because it is something that I decorated out of my comfort zone. So this is not typically the style I would go for my kind of builds. But yeah, I tried to pair different themed objects ranging from pastels to traditional, like this side table from Crystal Creation stuff pack. And also I used kind of these modern cabinets from the one of the packs. I don't remember what it's called, to be honest. I think it's Dream Home Decorator. Yeah, I think it's that one. And I tried to blend in a lot of like wood tones with whites, and also these, I think this is like olive green or like pastel green, I'm not too sure. But I really love the color combination of green and brown because it looks pretty different from the other color combinations that you would typically see when it comes to decorating in The Sims. And I'm really proud of this build, to be honest, even though it's kind of like my first build after 2 months or so of not building in The Sims due to personal reasons. But I do hope, you know, having this comeback would motivate me even more to build more builds for you guys, and also just to contribute to the Sims community. And I'm really excited because I feel like taking a break was kind of a good thing to do because, you know, it refreshed my mind and also my skills, to be honest. When I was building this build and decorating it, I wasn't really sure what to put where. And it's because, you know, it's been 2 months since I built something, I think, and it's like a little bit awkward for me to like use the computer and play The Sims again. But you know, I think it's a good refresh because it gives me patience to actually uh, decorate this build, and also just reset everything from my building skills, and maybe like give it a more fresher uh, perspective when it comes to decorating, and you know, experimenting with different styles, because I usually do suburban homes, and I feel like, you know, I should take a break from that because it's been too much and too like too ordinary for me to do that. So a break is good sometimes, people. Anyway, we're moving on to the bathroom over here. To be honest, during the break, even though I said, like, you know, it's a good refresher thing, but I feel like when it comes to decorating bathrooms, I find it like to be the most boring thing that you can do or you can decorate. Unless you're really like decorating bathrooms, then it's a different idea. But for me, even after the break that I took, I feel like decorating the bathroom was really, really boring. But I apologize for that. Each person has their own flaws. Anyway, this is going to be the main bedroom or the master bedroom. Oh, also, this house consists of two bedrooms. One of them is like the parents' bedroom, and I guess the other one belongs to like a teenager. I'm not too sure what kind of teenager, because I just decorated it without thinking like the concept behind it, whether including the personality of the sim that has that bedroom or not. I just decorated it because I wanted to make sure that it fits the concept of the 80s. And I think, you know, I have to learn a lot more about um, designs or like interior decoration when it comes to decorating around different eras or different decades in the past years. So it's something I'm looking forward to in this year. Maybe I will learn a lot more about that. But this is going to be the other bedroom, which belongs to a younger sim, and it is a single bedroom with just some pastel colors. And I think a lot of the furniture that fits the 80s in The Sims is not really that much. So a lot of things I use are based around like pastel pop kit, high school years, those kind of furniture that gives that youthful and different kind of vibe compared to like when it comes to furnishing suburban homes. So yeah, those are the kits and packs that I went for. And I'm just finishing up here with the bedroom. For the study table, I included just a computer and like some decorations for the table. Also, I feel like a lot of 80s stuff has like posters and stuff in the bedroom, so I did put a couple of poster decorations here and there. And I just wanted to give it a very simple and casual look and not so arranged in terms of the clutter. So I did put a few decorations here and there as well. Also, I really love the lamps that came with, I think it's Tiny Living, I'm not too sure, but those dangling lights. Anyway, this part will be the last part of the build, which is going to be the backyard. The house has a pool and some flamingo lawn flamingos. And I also did put in a couple of pool chairs as well as an umbrella. But that will be the end of the video for me and from me. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching me build this build, and I'm really looking forward to build in the next coming weeks. And I really hope that you have a good day and a good weekend, day, night, whatever. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you in my next video. Bye!